correct. It's
Yeah, I'm not
forceful,
gonna
more
lie.
direct.
Towards the end, I was just like, yes. Yes.
I thought the cross was relatively good. You need to tighten the cross questions a little bit. Don't ask him for his opinion, just make statements. Like, for example, you're taking their word, the word of 2 other witnesses. My response to that would have been, because what Mr. Dawson said, or Ms. Dawson said, is consistent with the facts and the evidence that I had.
I was thinking of something like that, but I was afraid it was going to come out like a smart-ass remark, which tends to happen with me, and so I didn't want it.
You can also work into the answer that, London Bennett was over on her front porch, and Hobson was in the back seat. They didn't have the same view that Danny Dawson had.
Oh,
that's why I relied on Danny Dawson's.
And also, London Bennett says there might have been.
When I was thinking about the Hobson thing, I wanted to be like, well, she was doing other stuff too. But
That's speaking of London Bennett. Since nobody called London Bennett, nobody knows who London Bennett is. Somebody has to explain that.
The thing, I typically call London Bennett, and London Bennett couldn't make it today, so I had to go to different witness.
Okay.
That's my call.
Which witness do you normally not call?
I think James from the yeah.
So who exactly Bennett?
Yes.
So your normal lineup would be
With film calling Smith, it would have been Bennett, Norton, Bennett,
okay. Just with him, after you get all his education and training, don't worry about going into the methods you use consistently this time. I mean, just ask the question, because we all know what's coming as a jury, and you're like, all right, let's, so just ask him, did you form an opinion, or, and let him say, yeah. Basically, with experts, a lot of times it's easier to start after you get him qualified, so he can give an opinion, to let him say, it's my opinion, the car ran off the road, overcorrected, hit the tree, and was only going 45 miles an hour. All right, and then you as the attorney say, all right, well, let's talk about this. You said it went off the road to the right. How do you know that? You said it did this. How do you know that? You said, and then, the speed. How do you know that? And then one other one. When y'all...
But you can't, they can object to the conclusions as an improper opinion if I don't say that.
Well, no, I'm saying lay all the stuff about his education, training, the documents he relied on, and then go straight into the...
But I don't think you can get conclusions about this case before talking about sufficient facts and data, reliable principles and methods.
That's something they could bring up, but if you get into his training, experience, and education, and the fact and what he actually relied on, most attorneys aren't going to object to it. And if they do, then you score points for knowing. All you have to do is say, well, did you rely on those in these cases? This is typical, but you can shorten it up. The stuff about, he never actually gave a speed, like in his direct or cross, he never said a physical number.
Oh,
No.
Oops.
Because I kept waiting for him.
Was there a question like where you asked me?
In the drag factor thing, you say, now, there are 2 types of drag factors, basically. And then...
No, there are 2 methods of determining.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of, which one, your next question was which one is most accurate? Don't say that. Say, well, which method did you use? And your answer is, I used
Conversion table.
Conversion table. Well, why did you use that? And then he can go into nailing the officer. Well, the conversion table is a lot more accurate than the sled factor and this and that and the other. It's just a transition. But the main thing y'all got to work on is just figuring out a coherent way to start out with his opinion and then you going into each point of it.
So can I get a consent to just not do a summary or the report itself at all? Or?
With the reports, I don't know. I think you look good admitting something.
Well, you're going to admit the
report or
diagram.
picture. The diagram. Admit something so that you can score points that way. Don't. The report can be an objection battle, but that can be a win too if you know how to fight it. But
I was excited about my Rule 1006.
I was
well, the Rule 1006 usually applies to like tax records and stuff like that, where there's literally thousands of pages and you just do a summary.
We need to ask Jim Phillips about it.
Yeah. But it means, massive amounts of data. All right, any other witnesses for the defense?
No, Your Honor, at this time, the defense rests its case in chief and request a brief 20 to 30 minute recess.
What
Let's say smoke
time
break.
is it?
Drink
It
break.
is 6:03.
All right, be back in here at 6:10.
Canada break.
Yes,
Go.
Seriously, Your Honor?
Canada?
we're gonna go home.
Thank you. Huh? No. We're just taking a break.